When you see her, call my compelling, set you into the Montecito dungeon. Lady Markle, crazy Harkles, and their invisible kids. Harry is crazy for his money, but has millions of cosplay. Lady Markle, the crazy Harkles.
Take 642. Quiet on set. Oh my, you guys. This is take 2. Literally, the entire show is on Patreon, done 2 days ago. Yeah. YouTube copyrighted it, but also blocked it. And I had been about done because everything that I have made this past 3 weeks has been blocked and demonetized. So it's not that I haven't been around, but I've been on Patreon. It has a couple videos and a couple shorts that I've made. But anyway, I'm making it again because it's that good of a show, I think. I'll change it just a little bit. I've made it better. And yeah, I know I haven't been around for a minute, but I have something I'm going to put up on the screen. And I hope you guys screenshot and read it because that'll explain some part of it. And if I read it, I'll cry. So I don't really want to do that. But I do want to get into the fun. Now, anybody who's completely brand new here, this is my Tabloid Talks. I use only the Inquirer. I subscribe to it because it no longer is free, even the old ones. So, but it's worth it because it's the only quote-unquote tabloid that I have any faith at all in. And I'm not saying, by the way, that I believe in every single thing they say, but what I have been able to do is prove every article that I've read out. And I love going to the past with eyes of the future, the present, and seeing what we know and what we overlooked and new things. Because I have new pictures, you guys. I have a totally brand new, something I had no clue about. So I hope you're all as shocked as I was. And the absolute most hysterical thing that has come out of that stupid cooking show is the parodies are off the charts. Guys, they're hysterical. I went out of my way to find ones that I didn't think you guys would have seen. So I'm excited. So let's just get to it and see what this is all about. I decided I will put that thing that I wrote at the end, and then you guys can read it. I hope you all read it, see a little bit of behind the scenes of what's going on. But what I did want to say was I was a little embarrassed to come back because the stuff that I had bought for, a better microphone, a stand that doesn't wobble on me and stuff like that. Well, a microphone, I didn't have one whatsoever. I was talking into my camera. Anyway, it showed up, but it's the wrong unit, and I need another $200 for a cord and all this stuff, and I don't even want it. It doesn't work right, and the whole 9 yards. And I know better than to shop online, but I was like desperate. So now I'm trying to get that all worked out, and it's going to take probably a month to get my money back. So I'm going to be stuck with what I have, and I apologize, but it's the best I can do. So yeah, that was a little bit of part of it too. It's just been kind of one of those, But I have a very exciting show, so let's just get into it. So this is Harry confesses to William. It's hell at home. This was the biggest mistake of my life. Oh, I just about went on without telling us the date. February 18, 2019. The dates always matter because it tells us what we thought was going on at that particular time and what was really going on at that particular time. And they hadn't been married that long, not even a year. She was supposedly pregnant, and he's already like, oh my God, this is the worst. And I believe it. I 100,000% believe that. I always show what the whole thing looks like because this is actually 2 pages. And then I do it in half so I can read it. Now, here's the thing, is that when I first did this, I thought, oh, I'll do something different. Instead of looking at the actual article, we'll just look at a clip, or you guys will look at a clip and I'll read, right? Well, I did that. It turns out it was a Netflix clip. I didn't watch that stupid show, so I didn't realize it. I just knew it was long enough so I could, whatever. Anyway, I could, if you cut that particular piece out, that is the entire show. Like, not the, but pretty much the premise of the entire show. So it was not going to happen. Anyway, the original one is on my Patreon, and there will be things that are different too. So, but what a disaster. I was so upset. You have no idea. I'm going to shut up now. All right. Well, so this says, Harry begs William, get me out of this mess. And there's another little piece on here, and this is going to be the whole thing, and then I have another blurb later, but this I believe because it says Mom-to-Be's maternity ward nightmare. Now, awful hygiene history at Palace Harry was born in. So basically, I believe 1,000% she was freaking about this. They don't paint her in a good light whatsoever. It's not something she planted. But I'm sure that she did elsewhere and they picked up on it for sure because, of course, she's freaking out about that. She had to. Because why? Because she wasn't really going to be giving birth. So she had to have a reason. More than one, by the way, right? That she's not going to be at the Lindo wing. And here's the thing. As we progress into my video, you'll see, too, like, when she actually had a child with her, the real child, how much she actually did show of him. And by the way, that clip I cannot show you either, but I took screenshots and we'll discuss it later. But the point is, when she had this child, because I believe they had Archie for a bit, at least in the beginning and stuff, there's no way that she would have missed out on the Lindo wing, is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I think we all know that she wanted her Diana moment, but she knew she couldn't. I mean, no uterus. What does that tell you? Hello, anybody out there? Good grief. All right, let's see what it says. So, Harry confesses that Rochel's made his life hell already. Distraught, Prince Harry begged his big brother, and by the way, what could William do anyway? Okay. Prince William for advice after realizing he rushed into a toxic marriage with yoga-crazed former actress Meghan Markle. Now, insiders have revealed Queen Elizabeth plans to smooth things over between the woefully mismatched Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who are expecting their first child in April. Yeah, it was May, but whatever, okay. Meghan's long string of public humiliations and private demands have forced Harry to confess his life has become a nightmare, a palace insider snitched. He told William, "It's hell at home. This was the biggest mistake of my life." Harry pleaded with William to offer him the counsel he needs to save his marriage and his position within the royal family. Here's the thing. William cannot give you back your dignity and respect, you a-hole. All right. The royal redhead, 34, had reportedly curbed his bad boy behavior and thirst for booze since tying the knot with 37-year-old Rachel. But National Enquirer spies caught Harry drinking with his pals, at his favorite London pub on January 30th. Harry looked stressed out, a patron told the Enquirer. Rachel was nowhere to be seen, and as the night went on, Harry finally started to relax. The royal dad-to-be Boozy's night out came after his tense January 27 meeting with William at the royal family's country estate in Sandringham. Harry told William, just like everyone else, he's tired of Meghan's PR gaffes, her demands to be surrounded by celebrities, and her ignorance of protocol, the source spilled. He blubbered that being with Rachel had already become a chore. Oh, sir, you got decades of that. Okay. complaining the Diva Duchess had the audacity to try to micromanage the lifestyle of a prince. What a... Oh, I can't stand him. Okay. Harry even whined that he was exhausted by the endless crisis management he's been forced to deal with. According to palace sources, groveling Harry admitted he was embarrassed by Rochel feuding with William's wife Catherine, and said he desperately wanted to reestablish the formerly close brothers shattered bond. I'm not sure that they had such a bond anymore, you know? Prince William was moved by Harry's confession, insiders said, and vowed to speak to their grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, on Harry's behalf. William knows the Queen wants to put an end to the public sideshow that Rochel has brought into the family, a source spilled. But William is also aware the Queen realizes blowing up Harry's marriage would only bring more pain to her beloved grandson. William told Harry the Queen would undoubtedly speak to Rochel to bring her in line, but she'll make it clear it's Rochel's final warning. Here's the thing, guys. I'm going to read also that little part about the Lindo wing there, because that's going to segue into the bump and the children, and also the little bit that I found an exact year later, and something that was shocking to me. It really was. I had no idea. I really did not. I was like, holy shite. So we will get there though, but I'm going to get into the next little story of the Lindo wing. See what her bitching and whining has to say. So we all know that if I read something and because I'm reading it, it comes off my tongue as impregnant, that we know she was not. Okay, just in case that should happen. So Mum-to-Be's maternity. Okay. Magnant Rochel flipped out upon learning her intended maternity ward had been hit with a string of disgusting hygiene complaints. Well, the $10,000 a night Lindo wing in London, just a sec here, scored just 2 out of 5 stars in a mandatory UK government cleanliness test. According to a royal insider, the American-born Duchess of Sussex hit the palace roof when she learned about the facility's poor rating, and heads will roll. Queen of Hearts bitch there. When she finds out who booked her maternity stay there. The luxury wing inside St. Mary's Hospital is the go-to maternity ward for the royal family. Princesses William and Harry were born there, and Rochel's sister-in-law Catherine delivered all 3 of her children there as well. But a 2018 report from the UK's Food Standards Agency revealed there was improvement necessary at the Lindo over the cleanliness and condition of facilities in the building. Rochel will be ordering her lackeys. That's about right, though. That's what she treated them like, you know. I'm not saying that's what they were, but that's what she treated them like. To bring her reports on the hygienic rating of all the top maternity wards in the UK to ensure she has her royal baby in the finest facility possible, the insider snitched. She is officially having a royal fit over this. You know what's so crazy? I totally believe that she would have had people freaking out, losing their mind, thinking they're going to be fired, traumatized, when all along she's waddling around with a fake bump. Honestly, it makes me so angry sometimes when I just because I thought about it. Somebody had written in this is a while ago, a comment in someone else's post, but somebody said, do you notice with all this other talk about her show and stuff, nobody talks about, the biggest scam alive, basically. And I was like, totally right. And I remember when I started my channel, and I started doing the Harkles, I said I was always going to bring them up because that to me was the biggest thing. I want to know about those kids. Only about the line of succession. At this point, I could give a shite what they look like or anything. I just want to know if, and we already know, but we want it proved, right? So yeah, that to me, I believe she would have easily said this 1,000%. This is one of my very first memes. I still love it. So what I'm going to do is conception to, I know, don't worry, it's not going to get gross. To what it was like when she actually had her child and stuff like that. But we're also going to go through what happened around that time of, her being pregnant, like exact same time as what they're talking about, because I want to go back to the same year, all of that, right? Also, I have so many awesome tabloid talks coming up. I'm serious. I love them all. I love them all. And I remember reading them all way back when. But what I wanted to say is a lot of them are going to be having bumps, okay? Because that's just what it's going to be. Some of them are her pregnant or supposedly. So I will only be putting out just a couple things on each video. So don't worry, we will get all there. But I put together some new stuff, and I found some bump footage that I've never seen before, and I hope y'all haven't, and it's awesome. I'm just really impressed. So let's just get to what is said about the conception. I did not ever read this stupid book, but look what this fool actually said. I can't even believe it. Don't worry, it won't be in his voice. I would never do that to us.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle conceived their son Archie because of Scottish mermaids. According to Harry's book Spare, they conceived because they sang to seals who then went out into the sea and spoke to the female mermaids. They were staying at the Castle of May with Camilla and Charles. King Charles was taken aback and delighted that Meghan had the same birthday as the Queen Mother, which, by the way, that's also my birthday, August 4th. They go out and they sing, and then Harry's like, I'm going to swim with these seals. He jumps into the ocean, which they said was not a good idea because there's all these killer whales. You're singing, you could be sending the seals out to their death. They went home and then they took these pregnancy tests, and apparently all the pregnancy tests were positive. So there's definitely a Scottish mermaid connection. Did you know that?
So now we pretty much know who wrote this part of Spare. Like Rochel. Oh, I got my voice back when I left the royal family. Blah, blah, blah. I was Ariel. And then this crap? Are you kidding me? Honestly, you guys, she is literally lives in delusion. Like, it's one thing to go, oh yeah, they're delusional, blah, blah. No, but literally delusional. I truly think that she thinks she's Ariel or something. She is a straight up nutter. They both are. And I cannot believe that the people, they must have just been total assholes and were like, no, it's my way. Because who in their right mind would okay this for his book and stuff? Like, what is going on? It makes them sound, well, as lunatic as they are, I guess. I'm so glad I didn't waste 1 ounce of my life listening or reading that drivel. So let's take a look at the next little clip I have.
How Meghan got her revenge at Eugenie's wedding? Even though Harry and Meghan have stepped back from the British royal family, they've never really left the center of media attention. On the day of Princess Eugenie's wedding, when Prince Harry and Meghan came together to congratulate her, Meghan intentionally or unintentionally revealed the news of her pregnancy. Meghan felt it was the perfect moment to announce that she and Harry were expecting their first child, so she went ahead and stole the spotlight from Eugenie. And just 3 days later, Harry and Meghan officially released a statement, publicly announcing the pregnancy. The same day was also the 59th birthday of Princess Eugenie's mother, Sarah. This made Princess Eugenie and her mother, Sarah, very angry, but Meghan didn't care about it at all. In fact, there had already been tension between Meghan and Eugenie for months before that. When Meghan and Harry got married, Meghan wanted to wear the Queen's emerald tiara but was denied. However, just a few months later, for Princess Eugenie's wedding, the Queen offered the emerald tiara to Eugenie to wear. This also led to jealousy of Meghan's love of the limelight, with many people saying, can't Meghan let Eugenie be the star for a day?
There's a nice screenshot, isn't that? Unbelievable. So you know what I was thinking when I'm watching this? It just hit me. All of these people are narcissists. Can you imagine? Fergie, definite narcissist. Rochel, without question. Eugenie, right? Harry, all of them. And they're all pissed off because all of them want to one-up each other. How insane is that? And this bitch and the reason I'm using this close to her early on is because it's also in the article, but it also has to do with the photos that I have about, what I have, because she's early on in them. So yeah, let's just go forward. So I can't put the music on, but I thought we could just watch this one. Like I said, we'll be going through a whole whack of them coming up, in the months ahead. But this was a big, anybody who could, why did she wear stuff so tight? She was literally laughing at us. This was all a big joke to her. For real, for real. She's something else. So I thought we would watch the coat flicks because this is Lady Amber Alexander. By the way, anybody I use for clips or commercials, I call them, my funnies, they're always in the description of my videos. So, but she would flick that coat. Even that didn't even need to be flicked. Why would she do it? She was obsessive. It was like, here, you guys, I'm not really pregnant, but look, I want all these photos to show I am. And look, MSM, what did they do? Click, 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 and never, ever, ever called her out. So I'm going to interject now with something extremely special. The Royal Tea House. Amazing, amazing work this lady does. You guys, I'm going to put on the Sussex baby scam, moon bumps, and surrogates, and she has in a whole bunch of us YouTubers in it. And you can see if you can hear your girl in there. But please go over there, give her some love, sub to her. You won't regret it. She's really great. Amazing talent, which I will show you right now because I thought now would be a great time to interject this. This one will be a little bit of a longer tabloid talk. I haven't been around for a bit, so I want to spend a little bit of time with you guys. But this is exciting, so let's listen to it.
All of the controversies that swirl around this one's wife, speculations and the rumours, there is one that stands out above them all.
But once you go down this rabbit hole,
Belly drop, oh, belly, 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 belly drop, oh, belly, belly drop, oh, belly, belly drop.
We should question it because we have seen that Meghan's truth is not the truth.
I don't understand exactly why they had to pull off a fake pregnancy, and that's clearly what it was.
Surrogate pregnancies currently, as the law stands, would not be able to inherit titles, styles, and be in the line of succession.
Do you think she had a moon bump and a surrogate, or do you think she carried the babies? I mean, I don't know.
She was never pregnant with Archofficial or Invisibeth.
I used to be a doubter about the moon bump, but now I'm starting to be a believer.
I was only about 40% won over by the pro-surrogacy faction.
Nancy has a theory and I have a theory. I'm not sold
It's
on
not
the
a
idea.
theory.
I'm not sold on the idea that she wasn't really pregnant.
They messed up so many times.
The timing of the announcement and the fact that, according to protocol, they should have informed the Queen first was already a red flag.
The paps in New York openly discussed that those involved with the baby shower had them on speed dial to pass along Meghan's itinerary.
The hospital where the supposed Archie was born also said that there was no record of her giving birth there.
Unbelievable.
it's hard to ignore events like how exactly can Meghan, heavily pregnant, crouch down with her knees together?
What? Great.
Need they say more? I don't think so. That says it all right there.
Ready to throw tomatoes?
Wasn't that amazing, you guys? I loved it. Kudos to you. Clap. Yes, the Royal Tea House. So what I want to do is I just have a few photos to show you. Then we're going to have some commercials, I call them. This will be a little bit of a different tabloid talk. And then I have the shocking twist coming up. So I make new collages and stuff, you guys, so we don't see the same ones all the time. This one I wanted to explain a little bit anyways, because I said getting thick from prescribed hormones, in my opinion, because she was supposedly 2 months there. Well, we already know that she pads herself. I've shown you guys her padded arse a few times. But she's got a little bit heavier in the face, right? There was times in this pregnancy, and I don't think she took it at the right time either. She should have taken it more towards the end, because she was totally fine until after she gave birth, which was so bizarre. Either she took them too late, or they worked too late, or something. But that's my explanation for something like this, if anybody says, oh, she really was. Because actresses, actors, whatever, do it all the time. All the time. So I like to do a little bit different kind of things. I saw one article, an MSM article. It was a fashion magazine. Cannot recall which one. Harper's Bazaar or something like that. This was in Morocco. And the reason I wanted to show this is because this was literally all in the same article. All of it. Within 2 days of each other. And it was a fashion magazine. So they were going on about her fashion, which was crap. Look at the differences. And I put together another one just to show you the stark differences, because the fact that they even put this out, completely shocking to me, even now when I look, it's more so when I look back, because we know so much now, and to actually think, MSM honestly thought that we would believe this. Like this was going to go on forever. No. So after this, we'll get to the other ones that I haven't seen before. This was in February 2019. It was the exact time as this article from the Inquirer. I really like to stick with the same timeline, which is what I've done for the most part. So what I did is on the left, I just took random shots of 6-month pregnant women. You can just Google it, and that's all I did. Nobody's face or anything like that. And those look all completely normal. They all same trajectory, everything. Now, this on the right, same day. What in the Sam hell is that going on? Like I said in the first time, Helen Keller could tell you this woman is not pregnant. Like deaf, dumb, and I don't mean dumb, but mute, you know what I mean? Blind, you can tell. The middle one absolutely doesn't even look like a pregnant belly. The top one looks like twins, explosion any moment. And the bottom one looks like you just gave birth, and you just literally gave birth, so you still have a little bit of a belly. This is all within, what, a couple hours? Absolutely crazy to me. And to you too, I'm sure. So these are the photos. I have another set that shows you close up what we're talking about here. This is from Ashley Danger Zone's. I took some screenshots, but I also, because this was in Morocco, or no, the Tongo. Sorry, apologize. She's supposedly 2 months, right? But it said pregnant women should avoid traveling to Tonga because of the risk of mosquito-borne diseases like Zika, malaria, and dengue fever. These diseases can harm both the mother and the fetus. There wouldn't be a royal doctor in the universe that would suggest her doing that. But I'm going to get to where we really see what's going on here. Okay, so this is close-up more so. If you look on the top left, you see where it looks like it's bunched up, like it rolled down? Because that's what it did. And that's where her clutch is. You see on the right where she's holding her clutch right underneath that roll? That's because she didn't want it to roll all the way down. So the one on the right and the bottom left is Ashley. And I circled the one in the top left. Isn't that crazy? I thought, did she really pad that soon? I guess she did, right? But I didn't see any mishaps this close. This is the first time I've seen like a mishap really supposedly like 2 months in. Because I'm sorry, there is no way that bunched up whatever would be like pantyhose or anything like that. There isn't no. She's supposedly supposed to be a working royal, right? Not much working, but you know what I mean. So they wouldn't have let her out like that. This was all on her own. Isn't that crazy? You think you've seen them all, because I hadn't seen these ones before. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I did when I watched Ashley way back in the day, but this is like 6 years ago. Just totally love going back. So, okay, I have some hilarious funnies, and then we're going to get into that little bit of a small, just a small article from the Inquirer a year from now. And holy moly. So, but let's have a really good giggle first.
The guest room. So I've prepped the sofa bed for you, I've pulled it out and I've put a bit of cardboard under the wobbly leg, so fingers crossed you won't roll off during the night.
I think about the two places of a guest experience once they've gone into their room. What's at the side of the bed for them? That's their good morning and good night moment.
So by the side of your bed there is a glass of water, but it has been there for about 4 months, so it's your call on that one.
And what is in the bathroom for them?
So in the bathtub at the minute is my mop bucket, because I had to do the floors earlier on. So if you want a shower, you'll need to get rid or use the bucket, whatever you fancy.
I like to make like a tea bag for the bath.
The only tea we allow in this house is Yorkshire. If you don't like it, you can get gone.
Finally, let's do some bedside blooms. It's a sweet gesture.
I've also got this plant for you. It's not a gift, it's just dying, and I thought you could do something with it. One of them has...
I'm going to get a big bowl because this will be helpful to make them in bulk.
I'm going to use this. We use it for baking and the family sick bowl.
And then we're going to get some very basic towels. Don't use the beautiful ones that you have in your bathroom.
I've only got the 4 towels and 3 of them are crispy and one of them has swimming badges on it, so I'm just going to use kitchen roll for this.
Other than lavender, what's a nice scent that you could use if you don't like lavender?
I'm going to use this DP. It's got like a menthol and eucalyptus smell, and it was just a quid from Savers, so...
The idea is a moment of calm, not a moment of your eyes burning with peppermint or eucalyptus in it.
Oh, Christ on a bike, me eyes, bloody hell. Oh, my God.
Let's just go grab some flowers in the garden.
I'm just going to leave me city flat and see what decorative items I can get from the street.
Over here, I'm going to take a little bit of this bougainvillea, because it could look nice. I don't know. Let's see. Just a little bit of color. Put those sprigs in there.
Just nice to bring a bit of colour to it, bit of decoration, you know.
It is the least complicated thing on the planet that is so lovely.
Where's our dough?
I'm posting these images to prove just how perfect my life is. I love walking barefoot in my garden, connecting with raw nature. You can be very generous with my homemade preserve. And with my self-harvested honey.
I totally love the Brit sense of humor. Love it, love it. Okay, oh, we're going to do a Sam at the end. He's got some new ones, and I picked one for us to watch because I love Sam, and I haven't watched it yet, so I will be giggling with y'all. But okay, this one I did not know about. Why Harry gave it all up to keep Rachel. So this was January of 2020. So it was like almost to a year. It's like 11 months apart. Okay. Prince Harry and Rachel shockingly split up before their stunning decision to quit the royal family in a public snit, the National Enquirer has learned. That's the shocking real reason the Queen told them to take a 6-week break from royal duties, and they disappeared off the radar, a high-level palace source revealed. The palace called it private family time, remember that? But getting away from the royals and each other was Harry and Rachel's only hope of saving their troubled marriage for the sake of their 8-month-old son, Archie. So still troubled, obviously. Having the baby didn't help at all. Now they're making the break permanent from the royal family, while the Duke and Duchess of Sussex publicly put on a united front. Well-placed insiders said behind palace walls they couldn't cope with the pressures of life in the royal fishbowl. Their simmering tensions erupted in a savage scream fest at their country home Frogmore Cottage after Rachel refused the Queen's invitation to spend Archie's first Christmas with her at Sandringham, said the insiders. And I'm going to get into that a little bit after this. Trust me. Harry was furious and blasted his wife for blatantly insulting Her Majesty, and not for the first time. He told her that as a member of the royal family, she had important responsibilities. Like she gave a shite, right? Sources said, but Rachel threw a Hollywood-style hissy fit, yelling she'd had enough of the royals and was taking her son to spend the holidays with her mother Dorito, who lived in L.A. She told Harry he could go with her or stay home. Then she stormed out. Harry was left reeling by her "your family or me" ultimatum, but he let her go. He realized his marriage was at a breaking point, but they both needed time to cool down. Rachel has come under fire since she wed Harry in May 2018 for thumbing her nose at royal rules and protocol. In a TV interview in October, she accused her new in-laws of being uncaring and never asking if she was okay. Obviously, all this before the Oprah crap. Within weeks, the Sussexes fled to Canada, where sources said Rachel insisted they both needed time apart to think about the future. Harry reluctantly agreed, and they barely saw each other while she hid out with her own friends. Soho, revealed a source, but Harry's nail-biting patience paid off. Rachel agreed to one last chance to make the marriage work. But on her terms, quit the royals, or she was done, and henpecked Harry caved to keep the only woman he's ever loved. So I can't show the clip because it's Netflix and I'm not going there again, but I did take screenshots. Here's the thing. I completely believe that there is an Archie. I don't necessarily think his name is Archie, but they had access to, I believe, Harry's child. That's just my belief. Now, the reason I say that is when she did have a real child, she did show his face. Look at that. Like, you can tell it's a real child, right? She did do that. Now, I also think after hearing that, I totally believe they had split up. Wouldn't surprise me one iota, especially what we read earlier, right? And the thing is, that's if you want to believe it or not. You don't have to, obviously. I personally do believe it because it's never ever been, they've never sued the Inquirer, not once. Never ever have they ever even tried. But I'm not saying they're 1,000% right, but what I'm saying is, for the most part, they do have it right. And these are the pictures that think about it, she left, right? There was no photos really of them till Christmas. Christmas came and she shot out these stupid photos and the stupid photoshopped Christmas card. Remember that? And they didn't have Christmas. And then he went back to face the music, and then Megxit happened. But, you know, about the Queen kicking him out and everything, I totally believe the Queen did, but for what they said, because they were having problems splitting up, whatever they were doing, and she's like, go and get yourselves together, right? Because they were gone for 6 weeks. Well, obviously, she wasn't with him, because she didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, however they got this child for however long, I don't know, but I believe that the child went back to the UK. Because when they went back on their freedom flight, I think maybe the baby was on that, but then after that, there's been people that work there, all kinds of like gardeners, whatever, say that there's no kids around, there's none of that. And that's when they supposedly lived in that mansion, and they don't anymore. So it's all convoluted. I do not believe they have a Lily, but I do believe they had access to this child, at least for a while. And I think Harry goes back to see him on his birthdays. I do. But she obviously was willing to show his face, right? Like, why wouldn't she now? It's because those kids aren't hers. That's what I think. Just my opinion, of course. So this was put out last month. And I just thought to myself, so he left for her, whatever reason, whether it was blackmail or maybe she did have some sort of weird hold with this kid. I don't know what's going on there. This is legitimate insanity. This was last month. Rocho releases close-up photos of Archie and Littlebucks prompting apologies for years of false pregnancy rumors. Are you kidding me? Oh, yes. This is literally a thing. So I'm going to show you this woman's account. This is so gross that she puts hashtag royal family. And as if, and this was literally this year that she put this out. I'll show you something else. How bizarre for it to be off her comments, because this is TikTok and the only way you get anywhere is if there is like interaction. I mean, really. So is this what Rocho's paying for? Because it's pathetic at best. But I did want to show you guys something because we all know he has a double and we know what he looks like. Well, unbelievably, this double is in a video. Like, I couldn't believe it, so I wanted to share it since we're on the AI, because that's what he gave his everything up for. For a fake life. Ugh.
Mama.
No, who's this?
Daddy.
Daddy?
Daddy.
Daddy. Who's that?
This is his actual body double, you guys. I have shown him before. He's on some of Ashley's videos. This is literally him. I could not believe it when I saw that. I was like, wow. Wow, that's crazy to me. Oh, it seems this one's going to be a little bit longer. If I took out all the funnies, it would be a lot shorter, like a half hour. But I don't think anybody wants to leave the funnies behind, which I understand. Sorry, I just needed a little drink. I can't edit. This is just a pause button, so you get all my blunders, unfortunately. But that's what makes it authentic, I suppose, right? Anyway, thank you so much. Believe me, I have tried to get stuff out. I said it's on my Patreon, but I don't know what's going on with YouTube. They just despise me or something lately. I'm going to put up the funnies. I have Sam and then a couple of really small ones, but one of them's my daughter, so I want to play it. Thank you so much. If you guys want to know what's going on with me or anything like that, I put up a daily post with 5 memes that are made daily, me and Natalie make. It's just under my description. It's completely free to read it, and I put up my information and updates there. So if you ever want to know where I am or what's going on. This is the longest I've been away from my channel, but at the end of the commercials, I will put up for a few seconds so you can screenshot it or whatever, what I have to say. But other than that, thank you so much. A like if you liked it, sub, all that good stuff. I never know how to say that. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. We are going to have a giggle because I have not watched this, Sam. So let's have some fun and ride off together. And yes, by the way, anybody who watches my laughter breaks, I will have one out with my next video. Okay, I will see you guys later. Bye.
You're back, and a brand new podcast awaits ominously on the horizon. Yep, and hiya. It's called Confessions of a Female Founder with Meghan. Confessions of a Female Founder. Well, apologies in advance for this mini outburst. I do tend to pride myself on treating my guests politely, but why do you keep insisting on giving these bizarre and ambiguous titles to your podcasts? Because she likes to appear more intelligent and sophisticated than she actually is. Yeah, Harry actually does appear more intelligent than he really is, so let that sink in for a second. There's nothing ambiguous about the title of the podcast. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It's a podcast interviewing women who have founded companies and businesses. And why just female founders? As I'm sure you're aware, Dr. Jackson, women have been marginalized in terms of business, in the business community, because of the all-pervasive patriarchy, right? And there aren't that many female entrepreneurs, for young women to admire and look up to, be inspired by, and we're here to rectify that. Ah, yes, the surreptitious desire to fan the flames of division between men and women whilst pretending to do something noble. Oh, she's full of little plans, my Meghan. All of my salvos into the world of media have been, a complete success, Cobalt. Oh, yes. Oh, you're being serious? Oh, well, fair enough. So you don't think that Lemonata, the company that are producing this podcast, are going to regret their decision and lose millions of dollars? They'll probably lose a little bit. Why would you suppose they're going to lose money? Well, Archetypes was cancelled after one season, and the director of Spotify referred to us as talentless grifters. You mocked the late Queen in our Netflix documentary, My Grandmother, and we were exposed as liars and schemers when it was revealed that we've been filming things for years, even our tears, in preparation for a future documentary. But only because we knew we were going to be treated unfairly by the firm. We needed evidence, right? Well, I told you it wasn't a good idea, but you and Kevin with a C wouldn't listen. And then we go off to Colombia and Nigeria on these imaginary state visits where you end up hugging everything in sight with your broken toothpick arms. And then you return home and go and record in someone else's kitchen a series about buttering bread and arranging colourful fruit into a rainbow. So yes, I do think that Lemonata might lose $1 or $2 on this. Just saying. And indeed, why is it that you're hosting this podcast about female founders? I mean, wouldn't it have been more appropriate to give it to a successful businesswoman? I mean, what companies and businesses have you founded? Archwell and Riviera Orchard, whatever? Right.
You a soldier?
Mm-hmm.
One day, I'm going to be a soldier.
Really?
Well, no, not really. Father says I don't have the balls to be a soldier. I was so angry, but he was right. I'm a fucking pretty princess.
You see her fall like a wall, snatch you into her majesty dungeon.